But uh, uh, before I close, I want to give you a totally different case study. Totally different case study in which I participated more than 50 years ago, probably more than 55 years ago, when I was in the service. Uh, mm, you see, we attended a workshop in the Indian Institute of Public Administration. Mm, mm, One of the case studies is like this. A district collector in Rajasthan. We were all together, about 20 of the senior officers at the time in the IAS. Uh, uh, One of the district collectors in Rajasthan, it pertains to the district collector. Those days, the district collector had the power to license the transport buses as the regional transport authority under the law. He gave the license after hearing respective claims. Having heard the respective claims, he decided to give it to A or B, or whatever it was. He got a telephone call from the chief minister to the private secretary to the chief minister. Please give it to C or D. The man got puzzled. He looked at the dossiers and he looked at the achievements of the other man, C and D, and he found that he was not fit to be given the license. And he was going to write the order. We had to write a judicial order because this is an order which will be challenged in the courts, and therefore we had to write a judicial order. So he was writing a judicial order. He was taking a day or two. The secretary to the chief minister asked him, "Have you passed the order in favor of C and D?" So he didn't, but he got suspicious. So he reported the matter. He went and called on the chief secretary, and then he said, "Sir, this is the matter. Although he doesn't deserve it, A and B deserves it. Now I get a call, repeated calls, and I'm told to give it to so and so. I don't want to. He's not right, etc." The chief minister said, "Follow the law." Most chief secretaries always say, "Follow the law," because that's the best way of disposing the problem. And so I've done it in many cases and many times, right? And so he did that. So this man was puzzled. He didn't know how to do it. And he tried to explain it to the secretary to the chief minister. The man said, "Sir, this is an order from the chief minister." But then this chap took law into his hands, young fellow, full of grit, and he passed the order in favor of A and B as his conscience dictated. Now he immediately was asked to go on leave. And he was asked to go on leave and join somewhere else. Well, he went on leave, but before he could join on some inconspicuous post, he was kept under suspension. And so he went and reported the matter to the chief secretary. He said, "This is government order." And he was kept under suspension for no reason for 1 year. These things happen in government. These are not heard of in the private sector. He was kept under suspension for 1 year, and then charges given and explanations taken, and ultimately he was restored. Right. He was restored after the elections came and the government changed. I must also say that. All right. Now, this was a case study. If you were the district collector, would you have acted in the same manner as he did, or would you have obliged the chief minister and would have found some way by which you would have given the license to C and D? Everybody was answering as you would be doing it now in some way or the other. Then the chairman of the IIPA, who was an ICS officer at the time, ICS chap, he said, "Now I'm going to give you a surprise." Now we're all saying, "What's the surprise?" Now it came to the turn of one middle-aged chap who was sitting there, whose turn it was to make a comment on that. He said, "This is the collector who passed that order." But the surprise was not that. So he was asked for his reaction. He said, if I were the collector then, I would have simply followed the order of the chief minister.